Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Last Call BBS. You know, I love small human stories, I love having to unearth them by interacting with objects, and I love puzzles, and I love a game about puzzles that you have to do in order to unearth small human stories. It's Game of the Year. It's Game of the Year, is what it is. This episode is going to have a slightly different vibe than the last couple, I think, because today we are pushing forward down the forbidden path. Apparently, I was not at all stuck. We had completed a puzzle, was the last thing we had done, and so we're just moving on to a new puzzle. Now, I still only kind of understand the rules of this game. I don't 100% know how any of this works yet, but this one seems like it might not be too difficult, because there is a sever command, right? Yeah, there's a divide command, so it feels like... No, wait, sorry, that's divide. I thought there was a way to disconnect things once they were connected. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Because doing any amount of dividing, obviously, is going to be tricky here. Like, if we set ourselves all the way down in the corner. Like, we can do this thing fairly easily, right? And then also they go to the side. But how do I undo? I guess we have to use the die command. Yeah, so it's like this, and then any seed that is to the right of another seed dies. And then seeds expand left. That's going to give us some broken... Oh, right, but I have to terminate the die command then. Which doesn't work. Okay, so we're going to have to do some transformation in the middle here. So it's like after this... transform, and then any of this kind of flesh. Yeah, okay. So we get the vertical extension, we get this extension. The cycle after this situation occurs, this thing pops and that thing transforms, and that we follow that sequence all the way up. So then we just end up with a bunch of these things reaching back over to the left. And then from there, it should be as easy as turning them all into... Yeah. There we go. The glorious sign that obviously means victory. What else could it possibly mean? We're doing it, friends. This path is feeling less forbidden all the time. You are coming closer now, Pilgrim. The forbidden work must continue. You perform what others cannot do. You go places others cannot go. The immortal body is within your grasp. It is what you have long worked for. The whole aesthetic of this game is so fucking rad. I am so into this. Also, this is definitely the transist of the games that we've played so far. Okay, so how do I accomplish this? So what we want to do here, we've had to make squiggly shapes before where things fused, but without like fusing into each other and without dispensing more, but yeah, like in these cases, we either could just go in a straight line, or in this case, we could use the presence of the metal, right? Yeah, I'm paying attention to where the metal is, and that's how I'm deciding what needs to change in what way. On this puzzle, we do have metal, but it's definitely more complicated. So this part's not too hard, right? This is the only tile on the board where there's a bit of metal to its right. The thing is, so if we started here, we say go to the right. Now, how are we going to make the S shape in the middle? Because we have to instruct it to expand up, and we have to instruct it to do these vertical moves without having the whole middle of the shape try to do the vertical move as well, right? How does that actually occur? Okay, so if I do, let's just play around with it a little bit. Let's say seed with metal above it. Expand down. Also, seed divide to the right. Now, see here, if we do an expand down, it's going to catch everything, though. How do we make that not the case? Well, okay, we could do like a reach up. And then we can have any seed where there's metal to its left turns into skin, let's say. Oh no, sorry, metal to its left. Yeah, specialize into skin, the basic skin block. And then any seed where there is skin above also becomes skin. And then skin expands downward. And then to the left. Right? This is totally going to work. Oh, except, right, we have a limited number of cycles. The machine has to work differently than this because we have a limited number of cycles. Because, like, skin goes left, skin goes down, and then we need all seeds transformed to skin. Yeah, it's way too many cycles in the overall. Well, how to make this more efficient? So we can't expand down until... This is probably just going to end up being non-functional, right? Well, okay, hold on. Let me try something else here. Let me try right here. Going... On any seed where there is metal above you, transform to skin. Because we can actually do... And then any seed where there is skin above you, transform to skin. And then this makes it so we can do a seed divide downward. without... Oh no, if I do a seed divide downward, it's going to start running early. That's right. Because things don't actually... It's not a machine that like runs in sequence. It's trying to apply all of your rules to everything always. So it's like... So this plan's not going to work. Can you specialize? Like if I said seed that has skin left, specialized to bone. Can you turn from bone back to other stuff? No, you can only move down the tree of complexity. You can't route back. Okay. I'm kind of curious though, why does this work the way that it does? This is another one of those things where because we are deducing the rules, stuff gets a little complicated. Yeah, seed where there's skin to the left, specialize into bone. Why does this only turn these? Like, why doesn't this turn? I guess the instructions are like an order of precedence thing. So it's checking this one and it's first seeing seed below metal turn to skin. It's checking like this one and it's seeing seed below skin turn to skin first. Maybe? Could be. Okay, so if the rules are... If we're setting an order of precedence, the order that the rules supersede each other. Is there a way that we can use that? It's like, what if I do seed with skin to the left of it go down? Because then all of the other divide downward. Yeah. The problem is this is going to take a billion cycles, right? And then we're doing seed grow left. Oh, and actually, yeah, that breaks right away because this seed... so if we did seed grow left, but we gave it a higher precedence, then... Yeah. That's actually... We're getting pretty close now. This doesn't quite work. That's an important discovery, though. So I think in order to get this done in a short enough number of cycles that it can run in the machine space we have here, we probably do have to start it in the middle. We're actually really close now. So you like a seed expand... If we're understanding this not as a list of instructions to be executed sequentially, but rather as a list of instructions, a sort of a logical structure to be followed at each step, how do we ever get it to expand up or down from these positions without ruining everything, right? Also, do I actually need to start it in like the center row maybe? I'm just trying to figure out like how do we have enough time? I mean, the obvious problem with the center row is that we don't have the metal to use as an initial builder. And I think that's fairly important. Right, so we can do that. But then this is where things have to change. So if you do any cell with metal to its left becomes skin. Sorry, metal to its left becomes skin. You're not actually passing instructions down until here. Way too late, for sure. Because we don't have a cell with metal to its left until there. So you do have to start figuring this out earlier. I guess what you can do is, if we make a seed with nothing to its right, divide downward. Yeah, it won't actually process that until there's a seed in that condition that can't follow any of the other rules. It's trying to do all this other stuff first. And in fact, we can even make that... Well, no, it changes literally nothing. It doesn't matter where that is. Okay. So then we go... if you can't do any of this expansion stuff, turn to skin. Yeah, the understanding it as a set of precedents, like each cycle, each object on the board is checking the list, going, what is the first thing here I can do? That really, I think that's cracked it for me, maybe. I guess we'll see. I've thought a couple of times that I understood how it was working. So now if we give a skin go left and skin go down command. Oh, shoot. That does break things, doesn't it? Yeah, because I need it not to be... So it's only skin that has skin above it that we want to divide downward. Ah, shit. Yeah, that still breaks because of the timing. So it's... Is there a condition that is true for the skin in this cell that is not true for any of the other skin here at any other time? Because we have to be extremely careful how we do this. So you couldn't do skin that has an empty space below it because it would trigger all of these. I mean, actually, do I need to be clever about this? Here's a question. Can't I just make seed divides left? Yeah, just make it the last instruction. And then make seed do a divide down the last instruction below that. No, it doesn't quite shoot right. But now we could make... If I make seed specializes to flesh now... Due to the way this expands, there is a seed here that has no instruction to follow for a moment there, I think. I think we can do a seed with skin above it. Divide down. If we put it before the turn to skin command, yeah. Because this seed right here has no orders at the moment. It is sitting idle at this stage of the check. And so it's going to do one of these two things. So yeah, we can expand it downward, and then we can just do skin that has metal to its right develops an eye. There we go. I feel like this really unfolded before me. I feel like I get how this works now. Cool. Not gross at all. It's exactly what I want you to be doing. Oh. All right. That's going to be, I think, challenging. One thing that I do wish was a little clearer is the distinction between this thing and the bone pieces. These are this, I'm pretty sure. So the idea here is you expand all the way around, you evolve it all into this meat, and then certain pieces of it have to get evolved further. Or maybe not exactly. It's something like that. All right, let's just play with it a little bit. So we're going to need seed divides right and seed divides down. And I mean, I guess seed fuses right, because it's all supposed to be one piece. Also, seed specializes into this gross kind of flesh, and then that into this gross kind of flesh, and then it's like am I allowed to go straight? Okay, I am allowed to go straight from the one to the other. So this is more like seed that has metal below it. Yeah. And also, sorry, not seed. This thing that has metal above it also turn into that. How do I flesh that has metal to the right of it turn into this, and also to the left? I'm not sure if this process is going to be fast enough. Right, and then we can just do, because these both descended from above, I think if we do this kind of flesh that has this kind of flesh above it. Oh, right. You can't specialize from these things. All of it only comes from the base. Shoot. Well, you get a moment here where it's lumpy flesh below red flesh. I wonder if we make it this thing below that thing transforms into the thing we need. And then we make this a higher tier rule than the left and right transformations. That does in fact get us where we're going. And then the last rule is this stuff that is above the meat also transforms, because there's only one situation where that happens. And it's that upper corner. Okay, yes, this is all about taking advantage of timing in the way these things form and understanding. You would literally not be able to beat this puzzle without understanding that what you're building is a precedence list. Because a lot of these other ones you could kind of stumble through. Shenanigans. Now you might be wondering about what happened to Tanner's big plans. Well, the game you're playing right now came out. Now, I wouldn't say it was a bad game. I do love the art and all. But it wasn't as exciting as some of the other games released at the time, and the approach was really out there, even for the 90s. Really? After that, things were brought back down to reality. The big plans were scaled back, and Tanner had a falling out with his business partners, which resulted in a bunch of lawsuits. I later read in the newspaper that he was accused of embezzling money from the company. So that doesn't feel like an ending. Is there another? There are 2 more associated with this game, in fact. Okay. I want to know what else our friend knows about Tanner. So, we probably want to park this like in the corner is my guess. So it feels like first things first. Seed with metal to its left, divide upward. Then seed with metal to its left, divide leftward. Or rightward, rather. Sorry. Then seed with seed to its left, also divide rightward. There we go. Then I don't really want this to have to be 2 separate things, but it may have to be. How do I... Okay. Let's go... It actually might be easier. What I was thinking is we could turn this to bone and then extend to bone up off of it very easily. Maybe it would be easier if that thing wasn't around. Okay, seed with anything to its left. To its immediate left. We want to turn into bone. No, sorry, not bone. Flesh. Yeah. And then any of this stuff definitely transmutes all the way to red. Okay. Easy enough. And red stuff fuses downward. Cool. Okay. So now red stuff with nothing to its right can divide upward. No, but I need these to be seeds, don't I? Yeah, so maybe it's like... let me kill this instruction. Seed with nothing to its right divides upward is fine as long as it's lower precedence than the other seed movement orders. But I need it to be higher precedence than seed transforms into flesh. There we go. Oh, hey, well that's an issue. Because, yeah, that's seed with anything turning left. Okay, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So... how do I stop that from happening? I guess seed with nothing to its right seed with nothing to its left. There are points at which we have seeds down here that have stuff to their... They always have stuff to their left, though. How about seed with nothing to its left? Specializes to bone. But also... seed with bone below it specializes to bone. And then we have to make this a higher order than this instruction. Wait, why does that break everything? What did I break here? Oh, I see what I think I... Yeah, I broke that. I pressed the arrow on the wrong instruction. Ah, here's the problem. It's never seed. This needs to be flesh. Flesh with bone below it. Except you can't do that. Right. Shoot. Yeah, the problem is that it's actually not clear to me why this is... Right, it's because the instructions jump, right? They don't process one by one. So this thing is receiving... This thing is checking its instructions and finding that it's adjacent to metal before the space below it is bone. And we can't set a pair of conditionals, right? That's tricky. How do I get you to become bone? All right, let me undo a bunch of this stuff. We're taking it back to here. Okay. Right now, we could say that a cell with nothing to its left just becomes bone immediately, right? That's fine. If we also do a cell with nothing to its right, becomes bone. Or sorry, not that. Sorry, a cell with nothing to its right divides upward. Yeah, in this order, we get these things become bone. Okay. Then we can have bone divides upward. That's a thing that can just always be true. That is downward. And then bone that doesn't have anything better to do specializes into the cool bone. Okay. Fine. Then seeds that have bone above them can specialize into flesh. And then we can spread the thing from there. Right, any seed... Yeah, we still have time, I think. Any seed that has flesh above it specializes into flesh. Any seed that has flesh to its left, it doesn't really matter which side we do this on, also specializes into flesh. Flesh fuses downward. And I hope this isn't going to break anything. Right, yeah, I was going to say, the timing on that should work out pretty cleanly. Okay. I'm pretty surprised that there are 2 log entries left. Oh, this is something. Pilgrim who seeks the path to immortality, your suffering is not yet over. Many have perished along this path, but you, Pilgrim, will reach the end. Where others fail, you persist. Only you, Pilgrim, are the worthy one. Well, you know, I'm nothing if not persistent, I guess. Okay, you know, just some eyes or whatever. Huh. Okay, well, it feels to me like we maybe want to start here, right? How are we going to end up issuing these become I commands in a way that doesn't affect anything else? The hair command is easy enough. This tile's the only thing that has metal to its right. But what is true about these tiles that will never be true about any of the other flesh tiles? Or skin tiles, rather. They have nothing to their right, but that's also true of this tile. Obviously, they all have flesh to their left, which is true of this tile and, you know, a bunch of other tiles. If you did... You can't do, like, flesh or skin with skin below it becomes I because that's going to hit all of these. And you can't multi-conditional. I actually have no idea. Because we have to remember, whatever instruction we put in place is going to run forever. Am I allowed to say not? Okay, ignore is just the no command. It's not actually an instruction of any kind. Just trying to figure it out. Okay, so yeah, I legitimately don't see a way to do this. But there is one, of course. And it is just the basic skin turns into that. There's no like intermediary step that we can take advantage of. At some point, all of this becomes skin, which means it will process whatever instruction turned this stuff into eyes. So we need that instruction to not be useful to it. Well, hold on. Am I allowed to? I guess I'm just assuming things. Yeah, okay. We are, in fact, not allowed to make multiple specifications. I thought that was the case, but I realized I didn't know that I had actually tried it. How do I make you not turn into an eye? Here's a question. Am I allowed to make a specification that's like skin above metal remains skin and have that be a higher order than this? Here, we can actually test a version of this, right? Where it's like seed goes up there, then seed above metal, just run the ignore command, then seed specialize. No, that totally doesn't work. Yeah, I was wondering if this would read as seed above metal, remain seed, and just... Okay, so that's nothing. It could still be the case that there is something I don't understand that could be responsible for the situation that we are seeing here. And then if seed down is a third order instruction, we get that, which is no good. But it can be seed with metal above you. Yeah. And then seed divide right, obviously, is very easy. Seed specializes to skin. Skin with metal to its immediate right specializes to be hairy, which is gross. Once we figure out how to do the eyes, so we have to cause a fuse in this column, but only for these three. Which I don't know how to do. It's like skin with skin below it. Well, no, this isn't going to work because it's going to fuse this column as well. It's fuse upward. Yeah, like... That's a problem. So this is actually the same problem, though, right, as this, where it's like there's a thing we can't tell it not to do. So yeah, this might still be teaching me basic functions of the UI. There's no way to check for fuse. And also, there's no way to make the skin care about whether it's not adjacent to metal. So, like, there's no version of this where I run... If skin has nothing above it and something to its left and something to its right, like, I need to... If we can make this fuse happen... It still wouldn't help because I can't make this fuse happen on the basis of the thing above it being fused. You don't have a read for that. So how do I do any of this? So skin with metal. Wondering if there's some clever way to use the die command. Okay, that's interesting. So this is the only situation where skin ever has nothing to its left in this puzzle. So skin with nothing to its left, fuse upward. And then we can do a skin extends left. Right, but it'll keep dying because it is running this command every cycle. How do I... And there's no way to turn a command off once you've put it in the precedence list. So this has to happen earlier. And it's not skin, it's seed. Yeah, and it has to be before the turn to skin command. Okay, so that works. The seed pops, the skin fuses, and then the skin extends left and creates the shape that we need. Okay, that's one thing down. So if I do... Okay, it's a timing thing like that, right? If we do skin with seed to its left, specializes to I, there's a place where we could put... there's a way that we could rearrange these commands to make this work, I think. The problem is... we have a lot of idle skin. The kinds of shit this game makes you say. It's really unconscionable. Is there a way to make these tiles be doing something else until it is no longer true that there's a seed adjacent to their left? I don't think so. What if we did like... I with... Okay. I with I to your right. Die. I with metal below you. Die. But also skin divides to the right to fill the gap, and we put that higher up than some of this other stuff. So in order for that to work, can you do I... No, I can't divide. Okay. So if we make this a higher priority than... So what's going on here? All right, here, this thing dies. No, this thing doesn't die. This thing dies because it's got a metal below it. There's no just go backwards command, right? No. All there is death. Yeah, what I want is to like refill the space, right? We can't do... Okay, let me remove this command, but I'm gonna have to untangle it first. I want to put everything back in order. I don't think there's a ripple delete on this. So we want to make all the eyes. And then instead of a not command, we can just use very carefully specified die commands. So like if we do... Here, we can control this very carefully. If we make it I with hair below it dies. Actually, that happens too late in the process, I think. Because you could do I with... I with skin above it dies. That's going to trigger earlier, though. How about I with nothing below it? Yeah, then we have that expand up instruction that ruins everything. And this I never has anything never has nothing below it because it takes too long to form. The seed is already wrapped around by then. So yeah, that's not a useful instruction. In theory, though, so if we do I with flesh above it, this eye's going to die before that one forms, right? I with flesh above it dies, kills that thing early. Or skin, rather. Yeah, that's problematic, for sure. And it's not really fixable because we definitely don't want seed to turn to flesh over top of seed expands upward. We need that upward expand to happen for sure. I mean, seed above metal dies causes a big disruption because it happens fairly early in the process. Actually, it's not that bad. And then, like, what I want to do is kill seed with... Or I with flesh below it. I with skin below it. Because this should never affect these. Ah, but it will when I put skin back over here. And then skin that has absolutely nothing else to do, extend to the right. We're actually a cycle short of this even working. You know what we could do is I that has I to its I that has I to its right. Here, let me change this one. And skin that has I above it. I think we're going to be one cycle late here. Skin that has I above it. Fuse upward toward the eye. Yeah. We need to redesign the instructions a little bit here. So this dies when there's flesh below it. Well, I guess if we run it as... Yeah, I can't destroy this one until this has turned to skin, because otherwise it's going to expand upward and become a problem. Shit. But if we have to wait till this cycle to fire the kill command on this thing, then that means we're waiting until here for this thing to expand to the right, and basically this plan cannot work that way. Is there a way to change the timing? Well, what if we What if we have it start in the top right corner and we just never issue an up command? I worry that we may not have enough time to even execute the full draw there. Because as it is, we reach the bottom of the tail here with only 4 cycles left. So if I move this up to here and it had to expand downward 3 times before that hits. Yeah, that doesn't actually change the timing on this at all. Yeah, the problem is right now this eye and this eye are completely identical. They're both flesh, or they're both skin up and left, nothing down and right. Is there a differentiation? There's no difference between off the map and an empty space, unfortunately. Because if we could get this eye to disappear any earlier than that. Here's an idea. What if we have seed with metal to its right turns to skin? Oops, sorry. Seed with metal to its right turns to skin. As a relatively high order thing here. So this happens faster? It doesn't. It never happens any faster. Shoot. I was hoping we could fire this. Yeah, I guess like the cycle after it begins to exist, it gets hit by the turn to skin order. Well, you know, maybe the answer is like this. We have to redesign some things, but yeah, let me redesign everything here. But the fact is we just need to get where we're going faster. We could even take it all the way over to here. Have this be the high, have divide right be the highest priority order. And then it's like seeds that have nothing to their right can divide upward, but as a second priority order, so it doesn't affect any of this stuff because this stuff expands right before it can fire that. And then seeds that have nothing to their left want to divide downward. And in general, seeds love to expand to the left. Seeds that have metal to their left die. Seeds love to turn into skin. Sorry, seeds love to specialize into skin. Skin that has nothing to its left fuses upward. And then skin loves to extend to the left. Skin that has metal to its right develops hair, which is normal and good and not gross at all. And then, Yeah, this way all of the important stuff is in place much earlier, and we can use some version of the thing that we just did. So it's like... What if we do like... Skin with metal below it produces... Or skin with metal below it specializes to eye. Skin with eye below it specializes to eye. But then eye with metal below it dies. That space will refill with skin. It will not. Oh, the eye doesn't... There's not a cycle here where the eye can expand upward before it gets recognized and dies, and so it never creates this thing. But a thing that I also find very strange here... Oh, that's not... That's the other direction. The thing is also skin loves to extend to the right. Oh, right, but the death creates... Okay, this is not a viable way of controlling this. The timing here is very awkward. How do I get rid of this eye? Or is there a better way to do this? Okay, when these things emit leftward, maybe that's how we do it. Well, let's remove this. So like if skin with seed to its left specializes to eye. Yeah, because there's a moment here where all that stuff's happening, but there's never a cycle where this column is seed or is skin with seed next to it because of the fact that two instructions get processed between each frame. So here we get seed plus death. We get specialized plus death. And then in these two rows we get the same thing. Specialized plus death at the same time, so there's never a moment. Yeah, okay. We're actually remarkably close to the end of this thing. However, it is awfully late. I am, unfortunately, going to have to just go ahead and call this one here. Thank you all so much for watching. There's still 2 entries left in the thing that seem to be related to this game. It could be the case that the penultimate entry in the log is for finishing this game, and then the final entry in the log is for finishing everything. That seems like a possibility. Yeah, okay, that might be the deal. All right, well, in any case, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching and for walking the forbidden path with me. When you come back next time, tomorrow, I'm hopeful we'll be able to reach its end, unless it turns out there's a second page of puzzles or something. And we'll see you then.